Oh my gosh, I wonder if they can even hear me.
Plug your site, please. Plug your t-shirts.
I'm already live. Am I live? Am I live? Testing one, two, three. Cross post. We can hear you. Hello. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think this is the first time I have ever gone live on Facebook. This is the first time I've ever gone live on Facebook. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Does it sound okay? I'm sorry, I'm not a sound engineer and I'm just using my computer microphone. Okay, you can hear me. I can see your chat. Now, first of all, I just want to say thank you all over the years. And also, I cannot play you the tape during this Facebook Live. So let me just get that out of the way. Let's shake that off. We cannot play the tape. I, as my father's daughter, am not allowed to play a tape that it's like, oof, you guys. Let me just give everybody a few minutes to kind of settle in. And let me know where you all are coming from. Where are you from? Where is everybody from? I see my cousin Wendy's here. I see my cousin Tracy and Brian are here. Matt, Lars, Finley, David, Dave, Oliver, Dom, Matt. It looks like there's a lot of people here. Where are you all coming in from? Chicago. We've got Brennan from Chicago. Mackenzie from Pittsburgh. Stan from Wichita. Francisco from Southern California. Ireland. DC. East England. Wow, it's late in England. Savannah, Georgia. Kurt. Hi, Kurt. Robert from London here. We have some friends from London. John St. Augustine is here. My partner in podcasting. Nashville, Trashville, Nashville, Tennessee, New York City, Germany, New Brunswick, Canada. Devon, Devon, where's Devon? Orlando, Boulder, Colorado, New Jersey, Boulder. Pete from the LA Audio Lunch Bunch. Hi, Pete. My friends, my audio friends, Boston. I love it. We are here from all over the world. So I kind of just decided to go Facebook Live because I wanted to chat with you all. I wanted to chat with you all. I wanted to tell you what I was doing and tell you how we got here and let you know what I'm doing to try to make sure that you all hear this tape, right? I would love that. I would love to get it out there, and I am doing the best I can to figure out how you all can hear it the best it possibly can be. Because, like, that's what my dad would do, and that's really important to me. Like, I can't just transfer it in my living room and throw it up on YouTube. Like, what's the point? I think there's actually 1,000,000 second arrangements already on YouTube that aren't from our archive. So I am doing the best I can to make sure you all hear it. So I unfortunately, I can't play it now. And I mean, would you even want to hear it over Facebook Live from like a Casio cassette player? right? So here's the tape. Here's the tape. It came from the studio the night before it was erased, right? So, yeah, I mean, there's something on it. And it's possibly the best sounding version of it that we could get our hands on. And there is loads of stuff on the internet. So I don't know where that was leaked from. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was literally born in 1980. And I'm sorry I cannot play it on the Facebook Live because, like, first of all, I don't have a cassette player. Second of all, it could possibly destroy it. I'd like to hear it over Facebook quality. You guys, it's already on YouTube. The second arrangement is already on YouTube in various awful quality forms. So, what I can tell you. Hi, Ron and Terry. Okay, so we need FLAC. No way, we need. What's FLAC, Matt? What's FLAC? What?
Type of audio file. High quality.
Oh, a high quality audio file. Yeah, yeah. It already exists on YouTube. You guys can go on YouTube and search second arrangement, and if it has I'm learning so much with you all about this because look, I was born in 1980. I was not there in the room. My dad died 10 years ago. This is his heavenly birthday, so I thought this would be a great way to celebrate with you all by like talking about all this fun stuff he has in his archive and whatnot. But like, he left us with like loads of stuff that I'm trying to figure out what to do with because my dad was a collector. He was an archivist. He did not throw anything away. And as I dig around, you know, I post stuff on his Facebook page like that. Second arrangement. Matt, there's like even something else. Free lots of, okay, yeah. That's not a demo though. See, the demos, there's a lot of second arrangement stuff on YouTube that says demo, but if it has overdubs, I've learned, it's the track. So the best thing that I can do for you all to honor my dad is to get whatever's on this cassette transferred possible way and to get it to you all the best sounding way. Because, I mean, it does exist on the internet and it sounds really crappy. It sounds really crappy. So, I thank you, Mackenzie. Because we stand a goddess with integrity. Thank you. There is a work tape that is privately owned, and we have only heard a few seconds of it. Have you heard that? Don't let these people be pushy. Do whatever is best way to handle the tape. Yes. Yeah, that's why I wanted to come on Facebook Live because I wanted y'all to know that, like, when I posted this on Dad's Facebook like a year ago, I honestly did not know that it was the holy grail of Steely Dan recordings or that there was so much interest in it. Like, I think the day before I posted that he had a DAT audio Walkman. Like, I just find this awesome stuff and I want to share it with you all. Like, this. He has slides. Donald and Walter scuba diving. Like, this stuff's cool too. What do I do with this? Do we want to see what Donald and Walter look like scuba diving? So yeah, so just be patient with me. I have an entertainment lawyer contacting whatever he needs to contact to figure out how you guys can hear it. So just please be patient. And yes, my goal is to get it to you the best sounding it could possibly be. Because literally it got deleted. So there's lots of crappy things on the internet, and I know I keep saying this, but just have patience. and let's see if we can get my dad's work tape out there for you all. And it would probably be like the best audio quality we will ever get of that song. But it's not my right to play it for you now. I have to do it right through the right channels because that's what my dad would do. And so yeah, did your dad ever have multi-tracks for Asia, or is there only one set of them? Yeah, what is that? My dad, I don't have any multi-tracks here. I don't know what I'm digging around in hard drives. We have been working with Penn State to archive my dad's stuff. So we are digging around to see what he has possibly transferred. Because yeah, I will scan them for you, right? I will. So this stuff's fun for me too. Can't even see it. Could you imagine how crappy these images are though? Scuba diving in 19, like how would you even figure out who's Donald and who's Walter scuba diving? Underwater camera, 1970, whatever. Yeah, Brian, awesome. Steely Dan fans will be glad for anything you can recover and post. And I want to make sure I can do that without getting, I can't just do that. I have to make sure I do it legally, right? Could Elliot Schreiber to prepare this? So yeah, I have people helping me, but we just have to figure out how to do it. It would not be right to live play it right now. It's really great that we get to talk now. Great, yeah. Y'all don't want to hear it live over Facebook off a crappy Walkman. I don't even have a cassette player. But even if I could play it, like y'all don't want to hear it like that. It exists on YouTube like that already. Some version of it sounding awful. So just give me some time. And my goal is to get us the best sounding possible version of it out there. And just let me do that. So that's kind of the update on the tape. I'm sorry it's kind of like wah wah, but it's from the session, it's from the night. The track is on it. And now we just have to figure out how to get it to you all appropriately. And that's going to take a little more time. So I do have other fun stuff I want to share. Like, I'm on your team. I'm on your side. My mom, hi mom, Conrad Reader, that's my mom. Once you get the legal part, yeah, we got to get the legal part. Like, yeah, I'm on your team. Yeah, do it without getting sued. Okay, thank you, Oliver. Yes, that's right. This is what I have an entertainment lawyer trying to figure out right now. But just so you know, I'm on your team. My family, we got left with all this great stuff, all this cool stuff. And I love sharing it with you all because I love to celebrate my dad. We're working on a documentary. Eventually it will get done. Like, I love celebrating my dad. I think he did such great work. I think he was taken from us way too soon. And so, I just, I wanted to do this Facebook Live to say, hey, I'm a real person. I'm his daughter, and I'm doing the best I can. And I do appreciate you all taking this journey with me because he did leave us some really cool stuff. Oh, I saw somebody say, oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Robert, what rights does Donald have over the tape? I'm not a lawyer, but it's unpublished. The weird thing about Second Arrangement is that since it was never released, that's a whole nother thing I don't even know. I'm not a lawyer. So we have one helping us. I saw someone say, look, I made Wendell shirts. I started a clothing line for Wendell because it's super nerdy, and only hi-fi enthusiasts would actually get what it is. But I started a clothing line of Wendell merch to celebrate my dad and his invention, which I think arguably is the first digital audio workstation. And I'm going to try to prove that point. But yes, our attorney advises us. Wait, my mom told me, Conrad Reader, our attorney advises, I was given a script. Our attorney advises us. What was our attorney supposed to advise us, Mom? Okay. Do you still have the original Wendell? Okay, Oliver, yes. Oliver, I still have the original Wendell. It might be actually like Wendell 2, but Wendell is 70 pounds. Wendell is 70 pounds. We've turned it on, and we are working to actually get it into a museum. This is Wendell's. I put this behind us today to bring in some dad energy, but this is Wendell's platinum record. Sorry, I'm reading the comments as I'm doing it. Look, I think this is super cool. Wendell got a platinum record. So this is in honor of my dad. I hung this behind us today. I'm pretty sure that's the only machine to have a platinum record. Can anybody think of another one? The record company thought it was so funny that Wendell, you know, machines didn't exist in the 70s. Okay, so I'm trying to answer your questions too while we talk story. Phil, would it hurt to go and get the tape transfers? No, I mean, yeah, it's been safely preserved. It's been safely preserved. I mean, it's so cryptic, it's been safely preserved. It's been safe, and yes. So now we're just be patient, and I'm on your team. Let's try to get the best sounding version of it to you all, instead of all that crappy YouTube 5th generation cassette stuff that's on the internet. But look what else I found. Wendell source code and Nightfly programming notes. What is this? What do I do with this? Okay, what's amazing about Steely Dan that I've learned through going through all of my dad's stuff is the amount of work that went into making these records. And my dad inventing a machine that actually Donald just recently called the desperation machine, because he had an uncanny sense of timing, and so he was like, we just need a drummer to be perfect, and my dad was like, I can do that. So a lot of time and money later, my dad came in with this computer, and this is 1978. Computers were not in the studio. And so the reason why Wendell has a platinum record, if anybody's ever wondered, is because when Gaucho got nominated for a Grammy, I guess they used to have like the list of musicians as part of like the Grammy nominees, and Wendell was on there, Wendell Nichols. And when my dad got the tape, they got the paper, and they thought it was so funny because like nobody knew it was a machine. And he had to tell the Grammys, like, look, Wendell's not a person. And the record company thought it was so funny that Wendell was going to get nominated for a Grammy. They sent my dad a platinum record. And has anybody ever wondered why he named it Wendell? Sorry, we're kind of going on a Wendell tangent, but I'm kind of like I stan Wendell. I'm a huge Wendell stan. Because, like, that stuff is hard. I mean, to invent things in the studio, I mean, like, engineers back in the day were brilliant, right? So Wendell is awesome. Did Donald ever babysit you? No, but Walter did. Walter Becker did. I hung out with Walter when we were in Hawaii. Yeah, new demo. Right. So wait, these are clips of the second or I don't know what that rehearsal tape. How okay. So sorry to go off topic, but really quickly, Wendell was actually named because during the sessions, when they would pay the studio musicians for their time, accounting or whoever was doing the books would see that day after day, there would be no drummer on the sessions. And they're like, what are you guys doing? And my dad was like, oh, we're using a machine. And the drummers union was like, you can't use a machine to replace humans. So they went, oh, no. It's not a machine. And they gave Dad's computer the name Wendell. Dad named it Wendell. And every time they used somebody's samples on the session, so like say they used Jeff Beccaro, my dad would sample Jeff Beccaro or whoever, and when they would use their samples with the computer, they would pay him for the day or whoever's samples they use. So these guys would get checks in the mail and be like, what did I do? And so, yeah, they were actually paying the drummers for using their samples, which this is 78. I mean, obviously people don't do that now, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'll just do a little show and tell for whoever wants to stay for a minute. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the update on the tape, but look at this. This is Wendell's source code and Nightfly programming notes. So this is my dad programming Wendell for Nightfly. This is really funny. Oh my God, Matt. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Like, what do I do with this stuff, you guys? Should I make a coffee table book? This looks like Donald's writing. Raj, I can't follow these either, and I don't know what they're for. This is Wendell working on Nightfly. I mean, like, who was doing this back then? Can anybody read this? These are programming notes for Wendell. Source code, yeah. I don't. So there's pages and pages of that. But that's cool. Is that a coffee table book? Like, what do I do with that? Oh, I know what I can show you guys. This is cool. Scan it to. Okay. So I do have the second arrangement track sheet. I do have sheet music. I have sheet music. I have what looks like them. This is second arrangement sheet music. Them scratching. This looks like is this a copy? This looks like a copy. I don't know. Oh, there's more. There's more. Yeah, there's the second arrangement. Wendell Lab stuff? Who needs a Wendell Jr.? You do if your business is sound. Look at this. Oh no, the machines! The machines are taking over. Hey, guess what? Spoiler alert. The machines took over. Yeah, we have track sheets. Let's see what else we have. Oh, this is funny. I feel like you know what this is right now, you guys. For those of you that are still with us, I feel like this is like an unboxing on YouTube. Like, you know, when those like influencers get boxes of stuff and they're like, let me show you all my treasures. Kind of feeling like that right now. Okay, you ready? Should I read it? Should we read it? Oh, yep. All my dad's studio notes. All of my dad's studio. Like, is this before they named it Cousin Dupree? Who's Cousin Leroy? Uh-oh, crap. I just took it out of its order. Like, these are all of my dad's studio notes. I mean, so, you know, all the studio notes. All the studio notes. Oh my gosh. This is so much work. I mean, like, I don't even know where to start, y'all. Somewhat, like, who's Cousins Vinny? Not Steely Dan. All right. Notes. To-do list. Oh. This looks like Donald's handwriting. To do. So a lot of this stuff I have. A lot. Uh-oh, I took it out of order again. A lot of stuff I have is like early 90s stuff. I can tell you that producers don't put this much love and effort into their records anymore. I know. I know. This is right. What I have seen in my dad's archive is unbelievable. And a lot of it was handwritten. I should have gloves on. Why should I have gloves on? I washed my hands. I'm not touching that much stuff. So, I'm sorry, I got distracted by someone saying I should have gloves on. I mean, this isn't that ancient. Do I need white gloves on? No, that's your dad's secret stuff. Don't read it. I didn't read it. I didn't read it. I didn't read it. But you know, it's notes, doodles. Who's the artist? Is this Donald? So, a lot of studio notes. Yeah, it's not that old. Um, whose hand? Whose hands are those? It's not the Dead Sea Scrolls, lol. Look, okay, I'm not touching that much stuff. But yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing in all of this is that a lot of work went into these records. And, you know, I haven't seen a lot of stuff pre 1980. The stuff that I'm seeing, the stuff that I'm seeing is a lot of like 90s on. So the Steely Dan live album stuff, Comic Curiad, Two Against Nature. Like I haven't found a lot of old studio notes from like the first 5 albums, which is strange. Like I wonder where those are. But there's a lot of documentation of like 1980 on when Dad was building Wendell, Nightfly, and then the 90s stuff like Walter's 11 Tracks of WAP and oh, I have something else I want to show you guys. Look, we have scanned a bunch of stuff already. This is funny. Okay, first of all, you guys, who even has the patience for this? I would like to show you Dot Matrix. What is this? If you ever see any, there's Wendell Code making music. Okay, Mom, if you ever see sheet music for a song called Heartbreak Souvenir, that's another never surfaced in any form. Wendell is the Hal of Funk. I love it. I love it. I mean, we could go get Wendell, but my husband would have to go. He says no, he won't go get it. It's 70 pounds. I weighed it. Okay, so just I'll show you guys a couple more cool things. I wanted this to be fun, you know, because I like wanted to update you all in person and chat. I know everyone's super anxious to hear what's on the tape, but I was like, what else can I show them that would be, you know, fun and to thank them for their time and their support over the years. And there's all sorts of stuff. I like this. I should scan this and put this online. Musical roots. This is my dad's How Donald got to Comic Curiad. This would be super funny. There's Libby. We love. There we go. This is my dad. Musical roots. So we've got Donald's first John Coltrane record, Marijuana, Ellie Fagan, Tuesday Weld, Chuck Berry, Miles. And then we get down to Hash. This is a really fun thing. This is my dad's handwriting, so the musical roots for how Donald got to Comic Curiad. Oh. Mom, close your eyes. Who did this? They had a Schwartz stamp. Maybe I shouldn't show that on the internet. They had a stamp in the studio that Schwartz. Anybody remember Spaceballs? May the Schwartz be with you. Oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't. Probably shouldn't put that photo. And the amount of work that went into this stuff. The notes. Like even doing the Steely Dan live album. Like, I don't know. I just love these old notebooks because they were like making notes and then all of a sudden they would be doodling. Like this is them in the studio, you know? I mean, just like sitting there for hours and days and man. Oh, okay. There's a couple more things that I want to share with you all. This I think is super awesome. So this is stuff that we've scanned. Yeah, what do I do with this stuff? Just scan it and upload it? This is the book my dad was supposed to write. I wish my dad got to finish that book. If anybody's out there listening, write your book. You have a book inside of you. Write it. I wish my dad had finished that book. This is cool. So when he won his Grammy for FM, that was actually super kind of unusual. In 1978, Dad won a Grammy for one song off an album. I think that's the only time that happened. Oh, this is what I want to show you all. Okay, my mom and I really love this. I mean, there's a lot more to my dad than Steely Dan. I know that's what you all are here for, but he also worked with John Denver, who we loved, who was such a great guy, and we have a bunch of that stuff in the archive. But we also really want to honor the place that my dad came from and why he was driven to create the stuff that he created. Our goal with all this stuff has always been to celebrate him and inspire you all. Because, yeah, I mean, there is no music industry and it really is, like, tough at the moment. But, like, sound is so important. There's sound therapy now. My dad literally got into the field of audio because he just hated clicks and pops and records and thought that he could fix it. He wanted to make it sound better. Sound matters. And so that's just the place where we've been coming from, putting together all this, you know, whatever the documentary we do, or just, you know, I think that's what, yeah, that's the main thing he needs. But, okay, so I want to share this with you all who are Roger Nichols fans. In 1962, Stereophonic Sound by Roger Nichols. January 8th, 1962. So my dad was born in 45, so is this his senior paper? Okay, I'm getting to the good part. There's a reason why I'm sharing this with you all. I'm not going to bore you by reading you my dad's senior thesis, but he goes in. I'll just read the first few lines. Once upon a time, and it wasn't very long ago, musical and dramatic performances were commonly recorded and played in low fidelity. When played back, the record performances didn't sound very much like the real thing, but most people didn't mind that much. They were impressed. They had a magic talking box from which emanated music. Recitation, foot stomping, all the great virtuoso, right in your own living room. Oh, that's in caps locks. That was, he was trying to make a point. And this was not enough. The difficulty was that recorded performances didn't sound like the real thing. So this is the beginning of my dad's brain. Like, stuff that he was hearing was not sounding like the real thing. Like, how can you get what's in the studio to the listeners? Like, you should be able to hear what it was meant to sound like. The low note range was the most obvious omission in the early sound production systems and was the first range to receive attention from the first hi-fi bugs. Those few disenchanted people who had tired of the limited magic of talking box, better speakers, good valve naturally, so he goes on and on and on. See if there's any. Oh, he has a diagram. This is actually a really funny paper. He goes in to talk about hi-fi became a means of getting one up on the other guy as a status symbol. A genuine Klipschorn was as good as a Cadillac. People began spending real money on hi-fi, and the industry flourished. And I think we've gone back to lo-fi. So a new game became popular. They come over to my house to hear some real sound game was played, and the railroad noise set. My sound is better than your sound. New realism is good enough. So this is the beginning of hi-fi and my dad's love for hi-fi. He wrote a thesis about it, or it's like a senior paper. But this is the best part about it. He wrote, this is an 11-page paper. This is an 11-page paper. Y'all ready? You want to see what his grade was? A minus. Would have been a higher grade, except you were supposed to learn something from writing the paper, but you know quite a bit about this subject. Rude! That's so rude. So he wrote a paper and he didn't get an A plus because he was supposed to learn something. I don't know. Anyway. Well, we have been here for 45 minutes now. I'm really pumped that I got to hang out with you all and show you a few things. There really is so much stuff. I mean, there could be table books. I mean, there's so much stuff from the studio days that my dad kept and I can never throw away. So I don't know. Eventually we'll figure out what to do with it. I'm just not sure what. I don't know. A coffee book? People want to frame it? I think this stuff is so interesting. Oh my gosh. Here's my dad's first invoice as a recording engineer. 1001. October 1970. For engineering services rendered, $15 an hour. Artist Bush? I don't know. Very first invoice. Ooh, and then here's where he first. This is when he first got behind the console, I think, and actually did a session on his own. The Robs. Anybody know Cherokee Studios? No books. Why no books, Mom? The Robs. The Robs. That was my dad getting behind the console. Oh, Kenny Loggins, John Lee Hooker, Jimmy Haskell. Jimmy Haskell. Oh, and then here we go. This is cool. This is my dad's invoice recording Becker and Fagen demos, it looks like. Midnight to 5:30, 11 to 4, 11:30 to 2, midnight to 2. No books. Okay. I can't make a coffee table book. Okay, this is fascinating Steely Dan history right here. Because we have, so in 1972, we have them in the studio working overnight, probably for the demos. So they're working all day, and then they did their demos all night. Becker and Fagen, before they're even Steely Dan. That's kind of cool. Yes, Robert, Cherokee was the Robs. And there's a Cherokee Studios that already... so there's a Cherokee Studios again. Bruce Robbins still has a Cherokee. It's in LA. I mean, the original Cherokee was a ranch out in Chatsworth, and my dad helped them build that. And Bruce Robb has some great stories. Bruce Robb has some amazing stories from the early Steely Dan days, and Dad building Wendell, and Dad at Cherokee. I think there's a song where my dad has credit as Gong. Like, if you look, and I have to look really quick at the song. What's the Steely Dan song? Let's see, Steely Dan. Yeah, these old invoices are great. So let's go to the Wikipedia. I'll tell you right now. I would love to see all this uploaded somehow. I'd happily buy a book. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions because, yeah, there's track sheets, there's studio notes, there's just all the stuff that they did. I mean, I think that it's amazing. It was so much work. It's amazing how much work went into it. Like, I don't know if anybody has the patience these days to do what they did. Or just want, I mean, like maybe some of you, do any of you all put that amount of effort into your recordings? Or, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just you have to have the time. Okay, so, can't buy it. No, I can't buy a thrill. Not. So do you all have any other questions for me? I can answer them to the best of my ability, but I'm kind of discovering this stuff with you all. Okay, so here it is on Pretzel Logic. Pretzel Logic. on Pretzel Logic, I don't know if you guys can see the Wikipedia, but on Pretzel Logic, my dad has a credit, Roger Nichols, Gong on East St. Louis Toodaloo. Has anybody wondered why they would give my dad a credit for playing the gong? Well, Bruce Robb has the story, and I could probably upload it somehow for you all to hear. But the long short, or the short long, or whatever that is, so they were perfectionists. They were perfectionists, right? And so they were perfectionists, and they couldn't get the right gong sound for this tune. Of course, I'm sure there was a gong sound that was fine, but they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. So just out of, I don't know, a whim, my dad was like, okay, wait. I got it. And he's at Cherokee, and Bruce Robb tells it probably way better than I can relay it to you. But basically, what my dad did is he backed up, ran, and smashed his head on the gong. And it sounded perfect. And since it's Steely Dan, of course, they had to do like 35 takes. And since it was the perfect sound of my dad's head hitting the gong, he went, oh, crap. Like, he couldn't put on a helmet. That would change the sound of the gong. He couldn't put like a cushion. So anyway, so my dad got a credit for playing the gong on that song because he literally ran back and smashed his head into the gong probably 35 times to get the perfect gong sound. So that's the story. Well, so I'm really happy that I got to come here with you today. If there's no more questions, I mean, we've almost been here for an hour. I'm going to wrap it up. But, like, there is lots of amazing stuff. I saw somebody here say machine gun credit. Yeah, I'm an engineer. Lots and lots. Roger, another Roger. Hi, Roger. Yeah, lots and lots of documents. And what's amazing about, I guess, this era from like the 90s is my dad was a computer guy, but he really did write a lot of notes. There's a lot of handwritten notes. And I think a lot of artists can relate to that. Like sometimes writing notes is just feels better. So I've got a lot of notebooks filled with studio scribbles from everybody, making notes, like what they need to adjust. So yeah, I think it's fascinating. Writing out all this code for Wendell. David Greenberg, I'm in school for audio production now. Roger has been a big inspiration. That's awesome. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it. My dad loved to teach, and we have lectures from Vancouver Film School. We have lectures from stuff that he did in the 80s. Like, my dad loves to teach, and he loved to teach, and which is why we are so passionate about keeping his legacy alive or trying to figure out how best to serve him because of all of the passion and energy he gave into the world. Like, we want to honor that the best way we can, because I feel like he didn't get to finish some stuff, but I mean, he's done. So, I guess this is also for me. This is how I deal with honoring my dad. But anyway, yeah. He loved to teach, and his main thing with teaching was that he wanted to teach the younger generation so that he had things to listen to that sounded good. He thought if he could share his knowledge, which sometimes is really simple, like it wasn't that complicated. Like my dad really maybe went leaps and bounds to try to get the instruments to sound exactly how they did in the studio to the consumer. And that was microphone placement, recording technique. Like he would do the best that he can. I mean, now a lot of it is in the box, so I'm not sure how that, I'm not sure how that relates to how a lot of y'all are making music now, but if you're recording, bands and stuff, it's just about taking the effort to make sure, that you have the right cable and the right cord and PDF downloads, upload somehow. Yeah, okay, well, so we'll think about it. I mean, I don't want this stuff to just rot away in storage. Like papers, I mean, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yes, you probably, though, there is a PhD in this, I would suggest. Yes, we are working with the University of Penn State to help us archive. Lecture from the East St. Louis School of Gong Flaying and Head Trauma. So when you hear that song and you hear the gong, that was my dad probably, 35 times. Yeah, I got to get Bruce Robb. I got to get Bruce Robb to tell the story because he was the one there. And they were laughing at him like, what are you doing? Yeah, Terry, dad was a perfectionist. Yep, we do have people helping us archive. So, maybe they can help us brainstorm on how to get some of this stuff to you guys. I mean, it really is a lot. Let's see. I had someone ask for one more peek at the type of the sheet music that I have. Just all the studio. What's this? Just more notes, notes, notes. Notes, notes, notes. Oh, my dad was super proud of this. Anybody have a ham radio license? Sorry, I guess those are all our old addresses. Thanks for joining me, Robert. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all y'all's support. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to end in a couple minutes here. Yes, I'm Matt. Thank you, Matt, for your enthusiasm. I totally watch, listen to Roger Talks if they're made available. What? My husband's trying to tell me something. What is this, you all? You guys. The Atomic Bomb by Roger Nichols? 1962? Physics? Oh, y'all's call numbers. GAUNDKOPDKNO. I love it. You guys have ham radio. Okay. All right. I am going to make a commitment here on my Facebook Live with you all who have been here. I'm going to get my ham radio license. So what's on the tape? What's on the tape? What's on the tape? You guys have one-track minds. You'll hear the tape. I just don't know when. You just have to give me patience. Because coming from the Nichols estate, you're going to hear it the best possible way we can get it to you. I'm not just going to throw it up on YouTube. I think that's illegal. And my dad would haunt me for the rest of my life. And there's already that crap up there. Like, that's already there. So, yeah. The cool thing about this tape, though, is that it will be from source and, like, the best possibly sounding version of anything we'll ever hear ever if we can get it out there to you all. So yeah. Okay, so let's just do a couple more. Show and tells, and then I'll sign off. I mean, a lot of this stuff in some form will be in the Roger Nichols documentary that is taking us a long time, but is a labor of love. Because we think his story is super interesting, and I don't think I'm biased by being his daughter, although I am a little biased because I am his daughter. But you know, a lot of the stuff will be in the documentary. I mean, obviously, I can't scan thousands of Steely Dan studio notes. That would be like a really boring documentary. But you know, a lot of this stuff will be in there because I think it's really interesting to see how a person got to the place of like where my dad was, which was in this audio perfectionist. And I also think it's really interesting that he loved to teach and he could bring it back to basics to teach kids, you know, in a digestible manner. That's hard. Like he never did like the I'm a genius and I can't explain it to you because you're not smart. Like my dad would always break it down and teach people, and I thought that was super awesome. Okay, let's see. A couple more things and I'm going to sign off. Whose doodle art is this? Who's the artist? Just some piece of paper that got thrown away. This is art. Should we frame this? Someone doodling on their facts? Okay. You know what? A lot of the track sheets aren't from the old stuff that we have. It's just like, not just, but it's like, I don't know if we have old track sheets. I think it's just the newer stuff, Two Against Nature stuff. I actually left a lot of the track sheets downstairs. But, yeah, they're track sheets. Frame them, Donald art. Yeah, there's track sheets. Some are handwritten, some are printed out. The This is the one. That's probably a really cool treasure since this song was deleted. You know what I feel like, y'all? I feel like we're in that movie with Nicolas Cage. Do you remember National Treasure? I feel like we're in a movie right now. Like Indiana Jones or something, or National Treasure. And yeah, finding all this cool stuff that I like don't want to just sit here. I don't want. I'm not gonna just. I don't want to just keep it in my basement and have it rot. I mean, I think this is all super interesting, amazing stuff. Track sheets for the analog tape era should hopefully be with the tapes themselves. Oh, yeah, that would make sense, Malcolm. So those track sheets might be in the masters. I don't have any masters. They came and got those after Y2K. I hope they weren't burnt up in the Universal fire. I don't know. My dad held on to master tapes for a really long time because he was the archivist, and the vaults aren't always the most reliable. I've heard stories of master tapes just getting lost in the vaults because they just throw them on any shelf and who cares. But yeah, they got all that stuff from him after like Two Against Nature and after my dad stopped working with Steely Dan. I think the last album he worked on with them, like he did a few songs on Everything Must Go, and that was it. So we don't have any of that stuff. We've given all that stuff back. So hopefully they're in Iron Mountain. Hopefully they're in Iron Mountain and they didn't get burnt up in Universal, because Steely Dan was one of the artists listed as part of the Universal fire loss, which is a real shame. But yeah, got fun slides. Eventually we'll show to you guys Steely Dan 1979, them doing a shoot on the Steely Dan concert, October 73. So we still have some fun stuff. But yeah, maybe we'll be in the documentary. We're working with Penn State to archive it. But yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of fun with you all. I think I'm going to wrap it up. And thanks for letting me do show and tell. Like, I literally have all this stuff that we inherited. Maybe the Asian master was lost in the fire. Oh my God, I hope not. We're still digging through my dad's stuff. Maybe he copied it. Maybe there are session photos from the Gaucho sessions. Yeah, maybe my dad copied the master. I haven't seen anything like that. I mean, he was an archivist, so I would think he would archive things. But yeah, I don't know. We have really just scratched the surface, and we do have help. Because, like, there is every media known to man in my dad's archive. Because since he was, like, the father of digital, as soon as digital started, he would just have to transfer to the next media. So there's a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're on the lookout. I was next door at Warner Brothers when the Universal, I watched it all go up. Oh my God, Roger. I think like Nirvana Nevermind was in there. That's why it's important to archive. Hands off. Hats off to our archivists out there. Thank you for preserving, because stuff gets lost. In one of my dad's lectures, though, he actually said, unless you carve it in stone, literally all this stuff will go away eventually. So we have to start chiseling things in stone because that's literally, yeah, the only way stuff will exist in thousands of years. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for your support on Dad's page. I could sit here all day doing show and tell. I sit in my garage and I do it with myself a lot. So how much fun to at least have a handful of you here with me, excited to see this stuff, because I think it's pretty cool. And thank you for your patience. I understand that we have some gems here. And since you all are excited to get them, I am going to do my best to make sure you see stuff. Like, why just have it rot? So I think that's it for today. I just wanted to give you all a big virtual hug. Again, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me, my sister, my mom, my family. We loved my dad so much. We still love him. Surrounded by all of his stuff. And I think it's really important that he gets a documentary. And I really think it's important that this stuff that he spent so much time on doesn't just like disintegrate. So yeah, we are working on archiving, and I think it's really cool. I love it. And I love that you all love it too. And I love that there's a new era of Steely Dan fans. Message me, let me know, like, how did y'all 20 somethings even get into this stuff? I think it's great. James Gunn put dirty work. James Gunn put dirty work in the Suicide Squad trailer. Like, Steely Dan was trending on Twitter. How cool is that? My dad would be laughing. He would be cackling. My dad had the biggest laugh ever. And yeah, I would love for him to see some of this. So happy birthday to the immortal. This is how we immortalize him. I mean, someone have the nickname the immortal and then just have all the stuff he worked on go into disintegration. This is how we immortalize him. And it's been a process, it's been 10 years since he's been gone, so it's actually getting a little easier for my sister and my mom and I to look at this stuff and figure out more what to do with it. But yeah, this is how we immortalize him. Matt, how did you get into Steely Dan? 22 gang. Dom, I'm 30. Emma, tell me. I love it. I love it. Like, why? How? Okay, we're going to end on that. Thank you. Happy birthday, Roger. Never underestimate the nerds living his legacy. Yes. High five. High five. Yeah. So, look, I'd love to hear how y'all got into Steely Dan. I am a huge fan of audiophiles. I think it's still important that things sound good. Sound is therapy. How we hear stuff matters. 22, yes. My young Steely Dan gang. 22. So you were born when Two Against Nature came out. How did y'all even get back? Okay, how did y'all even get to Steely Dan? Okay, we'll close on this. I got into Steely Dan because of my music mentor. He showed me FM and PEG. Okay, Matt. Okay, so you had a mentor that showed you. I want to hear how the 20-somethings, my dealer told me about them. Was he dealing you some fine Colombian? Got a ton of records. Just went back. I was born in 2000. Yeah. You were born in when Two Against Nature came out. That's amazing. My dad introduced me, David. Awesome. Dad rock. My dad introduced me too. My dad introduced me to Steely Dan. Who knew? I wish I had asked him a lot more questions. Okay. All right, y'all. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, but I will keep you updated via my dad's Facebook page on any new developments with the tape or any new developments with any of this stuff. But I'm happy that I got to show you that there's all this cool stuff and story. And as long as y'all are excited about it and want to hear it, I am here to help manifest that. Because like I've said many times, I'm excited that you're excited. And yeah, I am happy to share with you all this great stuff that my dad left and who did not, he kind of didn't tell us what to do with it. So here we are. Here we are. We'll figure out what to do with it together. So happy birthday to my dad. Happy heavenly, or whatever you believe in. Happy day of earth immersion. Like, I don't know, what do you say when someone's gone? Emma, I heard the world scam album, and then I listened to their whole catalog. My favorite band, 100%. Emma! Emma! Feel the passion that went into the music, the time. I just don't think you can do that anymore. Okay, bye, Terry. Bye. Yeah, we're signing off too. Bye, Terry. Bye, Ron. Look, I don't think you can do a Steely Dan ever again. I really don't. They had the time, they had the budgets. It was a perfect storm. They had the patience. They really, really, really. I mean, the amount of effort and musicianship, like it really, it does come through. It does come through. So let's all celebrate hi-fi. Let's all give other audiophiles a big high five for doing their best to, I don't know, keep the dream of sonic perfection alive. And may you all have a wonderful day. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I'm signing off now. This has been a fun afternoon. You can message me with any more questions. But yeah, to be continued. To be continued. Let's see how we can get these gems out into the world. All right, everyone. Okay, I'll see you in the internet. Bye.